Absolute nothingness. Does it exist? Is that something? This is something that I'm going to be showing you guys. That's what I'm going to be talking about right now. What we know as nothing, I don't believe is actually nothing. And I'll explain myself so you guys don't get confused in what I'm saying and mix up my words. For instance, let's say you take a hard drive, right? This hard drive was created, and this hard drive has, let's say, an unlimited amount of gigabyte space, right? Since it's a new hard drive, we have 0 used gigabytes on it. Of course, that's something we all know. This can be compared to the infinite space for our universe. You see, our universe is expanding, as I'm sure most of us know, and it's expanding into empty space. The vastness of our universe cannot even be compared to the vastness of the space it's expanding into. I'm sure we all like to think about how vast the universe is, but have we really thought about the space our universe is expanding into? To further prove this point let's say you have used over 100,000 gigabytes. Alright, this isn't exact, I'm just giving an illustration. So please no comments on, oh, it's supposed to be more, it's supposed to be less. I don't care. Alright. Let's just say it's, this amount. And since our universe is constantly expanding, it's as if we're constantly downloading all these new stars, these new planets, and all these things onto this hard drive. Alright. We could say the expanding universe is installed and constantly being downloaded into this empty space we're expanding into. Alright. So we could say empty space equals nothing, right? Empty space equals something, and nothing equals something. And I'll explain myself. Alright, empty space equals nothing. There's nothing in it, so we could say it's nothing. But empty space equals something because, one, you need it to have something, and it's also, created. It's something. You need it. Okay, the hard drive exists despite having nothing on the hard drive, alright? You need the space to put something in, alright? You're not going to fit an elephant into a coffee mug. It's not going to happen. You need space to put the elephant in. Alright. This could also be compared to an empty house. Let's just say this empty house, for illustration purposes again, was an unlimited amount of space in this house. The biggest house you could possibly fathom, right? But it's empty. There's no furniture, there's no TVs, there's no anything. You could say that this house has nothing in it, but at the same time, the house itself is something, yet it's nothing. Because there's nothing in it, but you need it. It's required to put your furniture into it. It's required. Same thing with a cup. You need it to put liquid into it. It has a purpose. Okay, the cup. You can't put liquid into something without, having the cup. You need the cup to put the liquid into. Both are required. You need the space and you need the matter. They're both, mutual. You can't have one without the other. This is just something I thought about recently, and I want you guys to think about this for a second. Alright, we all know if we reverse time, we know that the universe, the expanded universe, what it is today, would contract into this point in time where everything was its smallest. And, some people like to call this the Big Bang. Other people like to call it Genesis 1:1. Alright, whatever you like to call it, it doesn't matter. There's a time when there was nothing in the space. There was time the hard drive was 0, right? Think about it. At the time the hard drive had 0 used space. And there was a time, going beyond that, we started downloading stuff into this universe, right? We started downloading all these stars and all these solar systems and whatnot. Alright. I'm not going to get into the whole thing about, where did this stuff come from. That's for a different time. I just want you guys to think about what would it look like if we took out all matter from our universe. We took out every single galaxy, right? Let's just say nothing in our universe exists. And let's say we take out the space within the universe itself, alright? What would that look like? That would be absolute nothingness. Taking that out. Taking all that out. This is pretty much saying, okay, the hard drive never existed. Right? The house never existed. None of that existed. What would that look like?